It's very rare that we reach scientific consensus on the internet. Everything's very polarized. Even when you talk about something with the MCU being bad, because it has been bad over the last few years, you always get the leftist shills who are actually political operatives going, no, it's not. You just hate women or you just hate minorities. Well, finally, with Secret Invasion, everybody seems to hate this together. This was a 6-episode event on Disney Plus. It had a ridiculously high price tag of a $212 million budget, and yet it was very odd. It showed a Nick Fury who's aging and not doing well and doesn't have the resources of the past. Nobody believes him in him anymore. He's drinking. He's just kind of a loser. He's married to some scroll lady. It's very bizarre what they did with the series altogether, because it just ruined one of their heroes, and then there were no other superheroes in it. It's like you have this epic crisis where there's a million Skrulls invading, and they're trying to get world governments to war against each other. There's attack helicopters out there. There's missiles. There's crazy stuff going on. There's super Skrulls, and yet the Avengers aren't called in? Why? It doesn't make any sense on whatsoever. So the finale came out this week, and it was odd because, again, this is a short episode. It was only like 36 minutes. And you go in, and it looks like Nick Fury's going into Russia to have a final confrontation with the villain. But nope, bait and switch. It's actually a girl Skrull who's pretending to be Nick Fury, and she's imbibed herself with Super Skrull powers, and she fights the Super Skrull guy herself. So, again, you just get this random MCU character who is nobody anybody's ever heard of before, who's not a hero, not a part of any team or whatnot, and she gets recruited at the end of it like she's going to be the next like super spy or something like that. And it's a character you don't care about. It's a character you don't love, and it's a character you're not interested in once more. Meanwhile, Nick Fury himself actually just goes back to the U.S., and he has to convince the president not to launch a nuclear missile, and that's it. He just has to talk to him. And so it's a very bizarre setup again. Again, the hero wasn't even the hero in this. Nothing happened. And it just didn't work out whatsoever. Now, there's a cliffhanger ending to this. It looks like there's like this Skrull hunting thing, and the Skrulls are fighting back, and there's all these vigilantes around. The universe is in chaos, so the ending really isn't there. I don't know, are they planning a season 2 or something like that, or are they planning to put this into another movie? It's not clear. It doesn't say where it's to be continued in there. And of course, it does continue very heavily from Captain Marvel itself. So you've got different series with different characters without like Brie Larson showing up in this, which is bizarre too, who are not interacting, and it's very disjointed, and it's a terrible thing. But if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, everybody seems to agree with it. The critics kind of call it a 56%, audience score calling it a 57%. But if you go to the real audience score, as usual, they have it they don't have it on here, but you know how they edit things, so that is a lot worse than it usually is on here. So Nerdrotic is actually reporting that there's a real audience score of 8%, showing that it's actually that bad without the Disney shills influencing this kind of thing. So everybody seems to hate this, and again, we've been heralding the end of the MCU for a long time. I think The Eternals marked the first film where really nobody even wanted to go out and watch it whatsoever, and now they're talking about delaying the Marvels because the Marvels is tracking so badly all overall. They're going to blame, of course, the writers and actors strike on this, but what does that have to do with the film's success? Absolutely nothing at this juncture. I think that Disney is in big trouble. They are losing a lot of money on this stuff. People aren't liking it, and people aren't going to be coming back into theaters, and they're not going to be coming back to Disney Plus if it continues on this path. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.